welcome to my channel. This is Felicia, and I'm doing a video here for the Wild Whispers Designs, and I'm using their brand new release called No Place Like Home. This is a really pretty collection, and I really enjoyed working with it. So I started out by using a black and white photo here, and I'm going to be matting this black and white photo here on this cardstock. And this cardstock is also very beautiful, by the way. It's the black and white of it. So right now I'm going to take my photo that I've matted it on black cardstock, and I'm going to mat it on that paper. And then this paper right here is going to serve as a pop of color on my layout. And what I'm going to be doing, at first I thought I was going to use it like this, but I decided to go ahead and cut this part of the paper down later on the layout here. So you're going to see that in a little bit. And then what I'm going to be doing is using some of the strips that I cut from some of the other papers that are in the collection, and I'm going to be putting them on the layout as well. Now, what I decided to do here was I decided to go ahead and cut this paper down, but you're going to see that a little later on as I'm working through the layout here. So I'm taking this strip, I'm going to measure it here because I'm thinking I'm going to put this as part of the border here on the layout. But what I decided to do was not use those strips in the full length that you saw there. And what I'm going to be doing is cutting this paper down and making what I would call a semi kind of grid layout here for the layout. So as you can see, I'm still messing around here thinking I'm going to use it in its full form, but once I realized that I didn't like how it was going to turn out, then I decided to go ahead and cut all the papers down. So you're going to see me go ahead and change it up here a little bit. And I use a little bit more of the collection as well on the layout here once I decide to go a different route with how I want it to be on the dark gray paper here. So now you can see that this is how it's going to be, and I cut out that little house, which is really, really cute, and I decided to go ahead and put that at the top here of the layout. And I decided to go ahead and use a little bit of that paper with the arrow with the houses on it. It looked like arrows. And what I'm also going to be using is a 3x4 cards. I keep calling them Project Life cards, but they're actually 3x4 and 4x6 cards because they can go into your pocketed or Project Life projects if you need to, and that is also part of the collection, which is awesome. It has a lot of cute sayings and things like that on the cards. So now I am looking for some extra papers here to make some of the colors pop on the gray, and I use some of that black there that you see me just tuck in the side there. And then I'm also going to be using this little black strip here to give it just some interest here at the bottom. I'm not going to be journaling on that card because it's just too pretty. I love the flowers, and so in the meantime, while I'm thinking about how I want this layout, I am thinking about how I want to journal it. And I do something different with my journaling, and I've been doing this a lot lately when I don't want to include journaling strips that I handwrite or that I type up. I've been using journaling strips from I have like this Tim Holtz thingy there that you pull off the it's got a bunch of journaling strips and things like that. So, and that's how I've been doing that a lot lately, and then just different journaling strips from different sticker strips there. So as you can see, I have the word family up there, and I've used that title before. So what I decided to do was go ahead and use family life. These thickers, not thickers, these aren't thickers, I'm sorry. These are alphas from one of my Felicity Jane kits. I decided to go ahead and use that because it worked out perfectly for this layout. It's amazing because I was trying to figure out when was I going to use these because they're different from what I normally have. And this came up, so I was able to use those alphas for this beautiful papers that came with this that are in the collection. Sorry. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down, and I'm getting it all glued down there, and I'm really liking that. And I used a border stamp for those little scallop circles that you see at the bottom of the photo there. So that's how I got that. And I'm using some of these wood veneer hearts that also came from the Wild Whisper Designs, and they're beautiful. They're nice and thick, and I really like those because you can alter those, you can do whatever you want with those, and I think they can take a lick, and I really like the open hearts as well, and the big the big solid heart and everything. So I'm going to be using those hearts there. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get everything glued down here. I'm going to elevate the house so I can give it some dimension. And then I'm going to, and I'm using some foam squares for that. And I'm almost done with these foam squares. I've had these foam squares in my stash forever and a day. Anyway, so now what I'm doing is putting this title up, and I'm getting the title lined up here nice and well, I'm trying to line it up. Remember, I'm known from non-straight lines. I cannot do straight lines for the life of me, so I'm trying to get it all lined up here and making sure it's all even and everything. And that is just one of my challenges. So, and for the word family, I can use the border part of the photo at the top there that you see. I'm doing that as well. So I thought this would be a great place to put that title because it worked perfect. And I'm going to put these hearts down and get them all situated and start gluing everything down. Now, a little bit about the photo. I did want to say that this photo is of my daughter and her husband and 2 children, and they were like my spokes family model, I guess, for my earlier photography days when I first started photography. And this was before my granddaughter was even born, and my grandson was about 1 when I started photography. And I said I need a family model, and so they became my family go-to models for me to test out new lenses that I get, new areas that I find. And so that's one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and test it out. And they're so willing, they're so fun because they get free photos. They get free family photos. Who gets free family photos, from a photographer? So that's why you see so many photos of them posing for me, because I either got a new lens or I found a new location, or I'm trying to figure out different lighting techniques and things like that. And I haven't taken a family photo of them in a while now here because I've been taking photos of other people's families in some weddings. But yeah, it's just that's why you see so many photos of my daughter and her family, which I just love to do. So, all right, so now I got the hearts down the bottom glued down, and I'm trying to situate how I want the hearts to be on the photo, and I'm getting those situated there. Once I get this stripped down, I'm going to start gluing those hearts down at the top there. And I really, I can't stress how much that these papers are just the quality of these papers are just so awesome. And I really encourage you to stop by the Wild Whispers Designs and check it out, because you really would be surprised on how well these are put together. So, alrighty, so I added some black splatters in the Heidi Swapp Black Velvet, and I'm dabbing up the excess here. And I am pretty much done with this layout now. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you decide to go ahead and stop by the Wild Whisper Designs, because you won't be disappointed. And be sure to check out all the other design team members' work. They'll be working with the same collection, and some will be working with a newer collection as well. Take care, guys, and thanks for watching, and have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.